Hey, welcome to Two Doctors Homestead. My name's Daniel, and we're back to the 5 C's of survival. This applies to bushcraft, everyday carry, bug out bag construction, get home bag construction, just your basic survival kit, or things you might want to think about carrying on you at all times. Maybe that's the EDC side. So the 5 C's of survivability: you got cutting tool, combustion device, cover elements, containers, and cordage. And right now we're going to cover the cover elements. So we're going to cover the cover. Cover is important. Shelter is one of the first in the rule of threes. 3 hours without shelter. You need shelter to survive. You say your house is shelter, but in blackout events, extreme cold, extreme heat, house may not be the best shelter, and you certainly can't take it with you, right? So we're going to jump into cover as it relates to just outdoor survivability. So I got a stack of items here, and we're going to start with the first one. Of course, is your basic simple Blue Mountain emergency poncho, right? This is simple coverage. This is just clear plastic. It protects you from the rain, and being dry greatly increases your chance of survivability in cold weather, right? You could say emergency blanket as well. Those are both great options for simple, cheap, easy to carry, fits in your pocket, or a small bag cover. You want to have cover. You want to have your shelter. The next one might be pretty obvious. This is just a basic sleeping bag. It's a 10-degree bag. Got it at Walmart for under 40 bucks, right? You can get a decent sleeping bag without spending a ton of money. If you want to spend more money, you can get sleeping bags that are better at colder levels, and you get things that are lighter, right? This is big and heavy. More expensive sleeping bag might be lighter and smaller and even offer better protection, but a sleeping bag certainly counts as cover. It's a little hard to EDC. This everyday carry, you wouldn't put it in your pocket, but you could have it in your bug out bag. You could have it in your get home bag. Keep it in your car. If you live in cold weather areas or might be going somewhere where there's snow and ice and whatnot, but a sleeping bag, something you should have. Even if you're bugging out to someone else's house, if you're on the list of people bugging out to my house, bring a sleeping bag. You might end up sleeping in it, right? It's great for your bug out. Even people that want to bug in and stay home, sleeping bag's probably a good idea. If there's a blackout or something like that, your heater might not work, right? So you're going to want to stay warm. You're going to want to stay comfortable. Sleeping bag is a great way to go. So I got this one for under 40 bucks. So let's keep going on cover here. Contractor bags, right? This is a 2 mil. If you can get them thicker, go thicker, right? I got a couple different boxes inside. This is the thickest one I have, but they go up to 6 mil, something like a 6 mil. Might even be able to work as like a hammock or something like that, right? Make your tent out of it. But just a heavy duty contractor bag. It works as a poncho, keep you dry. You can put your stuff in it, keep your stuff dry. You might have trash to haul out. So a contractor bag actually does count as cover. There's a lot of uses to it. Maybe even a flotation device, right? There's a lot you can do with a contractor bag. Falls under C, not just because it's contractor bag, but for cover. So let's jump into a little more cover here. Next thing we have is a blanket. This is a fleece blanket. Something like a wool blanket might be better, right? You want to be able to roll it up, strap it to your pack. You want to keep it dry. Certainly a wet blanket's not any fun. The advantage of wool, which this is not, is wool will actually keep you warm even if it's wet, which is pretty cool. There's not a lot that can do that. This is just a basic fleece blanket, but some kind of a warm blanket that you can take with you. Packs up easily, keeps you warm. You don't want some giant, bed cover necessarily. Just some quick and easy blanket that you can take camping with you. Don't mind if it gets a little bit dirty. Then we're going to jump into the last item I have here for emergency cover, and this is actually a camo kind of burlap sack. You could use this for hunting, right? You want to obscure your position. If you want to make a ghillie suit, you could chop it up into little pieces. It wouldn't really be good cover at this point, but you can get this at, I got this I think at Walmart. They have them in Atwood's, usually in the hunting section. If you're trying to build a blind, some kind of a hunting blind, some kind of a camo Camo blanket, right, might be something you're interested in. It doesn't provide a lot of cover in the sense you can kind of see through it, as it's going to protect you from the elements, right? But I still want to put it in cover. I think it's something useful to have around. Obviously you'd want camo to match your environment. I'm not sure the red and brown, whatever's in here, and black totally does, but you might want a little camouflage cover. Hide yourself, hide your gear. So that covers cover, right? So this is the 5 C's survivability. So whether you're building an emergency kit, bug out kit, something like that, these are 5 things you want to think of, and this was cover. So thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.